how it was supposed to work. And you notice all the people that are responsible for customer service in that particular scenario. The obvious people are the valet, very obvious, first interaction with the client. The service advisor has a huge impact on customer service, and the way that they handle the client, the way they handle the car while the car is in there, and the way they communicate back and forth to the client, letting them know when their car is going to be finished. Very important. The person in the loan car department is very, very important when it comes to customer service. If the loan cars are dirty, if the loan car isn't available, if the loan car person takes 10 minutes, I mean, these people want to get in and out. So the loan car person has to have cars parked and ready to go. Very important job. The technicians are very important. Getting the car done right, making sure the cars aren't messy, making sure they're repaired right the first time. The car wash people are important because you don't want to have to rewash cars. You don't want wheels messed up because you were careless pulling it in there. And so the car wash people putting the proper parking place in the computer was vital because nothing is more frustrating for a client to go pick up his car and in this huge dealership, the wrong parking place to be entered in or no parking place to be entered in. Then you got to walk the entire area where the cars are that are being repaired. And sometimes this dealership would have 200-300 cars in for repair. And so they're very important. The cashier and how the cashier handles the client and takes the money and tries to explain whatever they can to the client. Very important. All those people are very important as it comes to customer service. On Saturday, the same situation happened. But on Saturday, you had the same people involved in customer service, but there was something that was a little different on Saturday. A couple things. First of all, you're dealing with a limited staff and limited hours. Second, on Saturday, you had a lot of people who just wanted to bring their car in, they wanted to get the service done on their vehicle, and they wanted to wait. And incidentally, as we're talking about the importance of customer service to the dealership, to the owner, to the general manager, the service manager, all the people that were focused on customer service, the dealership had big screen TVs for the people to watch while they were there. They had a coffee maker. You make your own coffee, your own flavor of coffee that you wanted. Had bagels there for you. Had bottled water there for you. Had 3 or 4 computers set up. Had a fax machine set up. Had telephones for you to use. I mean, the dealership had gone all out trying to make this a great customer service experience. And on Saturdays, you had a lot of waiters. People who just wanted to wait while their car was getting work done. Now, dealing with a car of this magnitude, even the oil changes would take 45 minutes. And by the time you got the car written up, got it back there, and all the good stuff, and got it washed, the wash might take 10 or 15 extra minutes. It would take 45 minutes to an hour just to do just about anything at the dealership. The way that the service advisors would let the technicians know that this car was a waiter is they'd put the flashers on. And instead of the valet taking the car and taking it to a parking place somewhere, the valets would take the car right back to the team leader, the particular service advisor's team leader. And they would take the car back with the lights flashing. That way everybody knew that that was a waiter, that person had priority. He was the most important car to be worked on at that particular moment. And so they quit what they were working on, because I promised that for tomorrow, the day after that, and they would start working on this waiter. Well, on Saturdays there were a lot of waiters. And so it wouldn't be uncommon to walk back to the back where the technicians were and see 4, 5, 6 cars with flashing lights, hopefully getting done quickly. Well, there was something else interesting about Saturday. On Saturday, the dealership ordered lunch for the salespeople, they ordered lunch for the service advisors, the cashier, everybody had lunch provided that day. And nobody likes to work on Saturday, right? Nobody wanted to work on Saturday. It was just sort of a perk. Thank you for working on Saturday. Here's a good lunch for you to enjoy. Now, what would happen a lot of times, or sometimes what would happen, is that the person responsible for ordering lunch, you see where I'm going with this? The importance of everybody in customer service. The person responsible for ordering lunch that day wasn't even there. And the person responsible for ordering lunch may not have even ever realized that what they were doing had a huge impact on customer service. But I'm telling you, working with the technicians in the back, these guys have grease and oil on their hands, and they're tough guys, big guys. I'm telling you, they don't want a boxed lunch with chicken salad sandwich made with green grapes and chopped up walnuts. If that was the lunch, and if they knew they were getting a boxed lunch with turkey on rye, hold the mayonnaise, they weren't very happy about that. And as a result of that, they grumbled and mumbled and complained a lot of the time during the morning, and it was hard for them to get motivated to work harder because they were going to get a bad lunch. That's unfair. I came all the way out here on Saturday, they gave me a sandwich. I could have packed a sandwich at home. Now, if that attitude was able to stay in the technicians all day long, and it was never dealt with, and they would just grumble about what they had, can you imagine what a major impact that had on customer service? If the technicians aren't happy in the back, they're not working on the cars fast. They're not working on the cars with a good attitude. And the clients aren't getting out of there in a timely fashion. And so what was ordered for lunch had a huge impact on customer service every single Saturday. But there was one thing that even had a bigger impact on customer service as it relates to ordering lunch. There were times where the person responsible for ordering lunch didn't order enough lunch. The only thing worse than having a chicken salad sandwich made with green grapes and walnuts is not having lunch at all. And so what happened one time, there was not enough lunch ordered for a couple weeks in a row. And so I had a group of technicians that came into work that day. And around 11 o'clock, you start getting a lot of waiters, 10:30, 11. These people driving these real expensive vehicles, didn't get up very early on Saturday. And they start coming in 9:30, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever. And you would have these waiters. And so you might have 5 or 6 people wanting to get their cars worked on. The lights are flashing, and they're all back there. One day I walked back there, and not a single technician was working on a car. And so I tried to figure out what's going on here. Why aren't the technicians working on cars? You have these people waiting in this area, these 4 TVs and all this other stuff. That's only going to keep them occupied for so long. They're going to want their car done within 45 minutes to an hour. Well, it turns out every single technician, every single one of them, was in the lunchroom eating because there wasn't enough lunch the last time they worked. And so they were going to be determined. They were going to get their slice of lasagna. They were going to get their piece of pizza. They were going to make sure they got their lunch. Forget about the clients waiting in the area because they were going to get their food. That was the only good thing about working that day. All the time, all the energy, all the effort that went into providing great customer service, from the owner of the company all the way down to the service advisors, the cashiers, the valets, the loan car people, the car wash people, all of that was for nothing that day because the person who ordered lunch hasn't been ordering enough lunch. Probably no one in that dealership at a higher level thought of customer service, thought about the person ordering lunch. Thought about what a huge impact of, hey, if you're going to order lunch, well, make sure you order something that everybody's going to enjoy, and everybody's going to like, and everybody's going to want to eat, as much as you can. You can't please everybody, but make sure that you're having something good. We're not going to skip on the lunch that we're going to provide. And second, I would rather throw away a pan of lasagna every single Saturday and 5 pizzas every single Saturday than to have a Saturday where there's not enough lunch and it affects the morale of the technicians or the car wash people, the loan officers, or whoever it is that's there working that day. So that's the lesson of that illustration. Yeah, we have a list of everybody in your organization that's responsible for customer service and those who have little impact on customer service, but I think you can probably start tying all these people who have little impact on customer service originally in our mind and start linking them back to things that they do that might affect customer service. If their bills are correct, if they're working in the back, working on bills, if they're getting their postcards on time, reminding them to bring their car in for service, all those are important customer service ideas. Or one very important customer service idea is how you're interacting with the people who are interacting with the clients. Because if you're interacting with the clients, it's hard to be dealing with a bunch of garbage on this side, people not getting along very well, people talking bad about it, whatever the case may be, all the political stuff that happens in offices. And then having to go out to deal with a client and have a good attitude about that. So if you know that you're dealing with somebody, maybe not a client directly, but if you're dealing with somebody within the organization who does have a direct impact on clients and a direct relationship with clients, you need to be careful that you're not treating them in a way that's going to put them in a bad mood before a big meeting with a client. Everybody in your organization is responsible for customer service, and it's important that we know that.